so unfair. Why did that horrible woman have to come into Ethan's life?
One way or another, she's gonna pay for this.
I think the important thing is that we just move forward with what Ethan would have wanted.
Yeah. I don't think we should drag this out. But you won't have to do this alone. Okay? We'll be there with you.
Noah, Fancy, do you want to come with us?
I don't think I could stand to be there, Mother. It hurts too much.
I know.
I want to see Teresa punished for this. I hate her.
I know how you feel, all right? But, I mean, I know Teresa's family, and they're good people.
Good people? How can you say that?
Look, Pilar is a good woman, all right? And I looked up to Luis as a kid. And look how much Sheridan loved him.
Maybe Luis is a great guy, but please don't tell me you can forgive Teresa for taking Ethan away from us. For taking my mother's son, your father's son. Tell me you hate Teresa as much as I do. You do hate her, don't you, Noah? Why don't you answer me? Why don't you tell me you hate Teresa as much as I do?
I can't tell you that.
You can't. Why not?
Look. So Teresa did a horrible thing, right? But she's suffering as much as everyone else because of it. I have to think that she was driven to do it.
Driven by her insanity?
I mean, she is married to Alistair Crane. He had to have made her life a living hell, Fancy. You know the cruelty he's capable of.
The grandfather I know is not the ogre everyone seems to think he is. He's been kind and loving to me.
Always.
Well, he did give me a hard time about my seeing you. But my God, you're saying he drove Teresa to try to commit murder.
I think it's possible. I mean, she obviously couldn't bear to be married to him, so she resorted to drastic, desperate action.
Teresa is a murderer, Noah. How can you defend her?
Look, I've been on the bad side of Alistair myself, remember? Or look at your own grandmother. She was so terrified of Alistair that she went and lived in hiding for years. I mean, life with him must have been a living hell for her to have done that.
Maybe it was, and I hate to think about what went on between my grandparents, but at least she didn't try to murder him.
Okay, look, I'm not saying that what Teresa did was right, obviously. I'm just saying we have to look at the reason behind it.
I don't have to look at anything. Because of Teresa, Ethan is dying. She killed our half-brother. How can you not hate her? How can you make excuses for that little piece of trash? Teresa tried to murder my grandfather, but she screwed up and poisoned Ethan instead. I don't know why she hasn't been arrested.
Yeah, I'm sure once Gwen gets through this whole ordeal, she'll think about pressing charges. But of course, Alistair will use his influence to keep his wife out of jail. If for no other reason, just so that he can keep on torturing her.
My God, you make him sound like the devil himself.
There's a lot of people in this town who think just that, Fancy.
Well, I don't believe it. And right now, I'd better get to my office or my grandfather will be calling to see where I am.
Great. I have to go to work, too. Hey, okay. Let's not leave each other like this.
Like what?
Fighting about Teresa and your grandfather. Fancy, I don't want to fight with you, okay? I want to love you.
Well, I don't want to fight either. We made a pact that we'd never let anything come between us. I don't want to see Teresa destroy what we have.
There's no way she could do that.
I don't know. I've heard about how destructive she can be. I can see how devastated Sheridan is about Luis and Gwen is about Ethan. I don't want to see us torn apart by my grandfather or Teresa or anyone else.
It's not gonna happen.
Promise me. Promise me that Teresa won't come between us.
I promise.